Let's continue with this most important question of life and the quality of life and health. Now, last time we started talking about aging, especially aging meaning old age. We look at each other and we can guess each other's ages, and we clearly know who is old and who is not old. Now, although we use the word old at all ages, at all numbers, even for young children, newly born babies, but that's not what old age we understand normally. Old age is that period of life where generally more and more things are bound to go wrong, and we need to do something about it if we don't want to suffer during that period of life with the health problems, with physical and mental problems. But it's very important to understand why and when aging actually starts from a biological point of view. Because nobody's born old, children always start life very fresh. A newly born child is a fresh new creation of biology, which grows up, matures, develops, reaches a peak, and at some stage, something starts changing. Now, scientists have tried to understand this, that when does aging start? It does not start from birth. Some people would like us to believe that aging starts from birth as if there is a countdown. A clock has started counting how many days are remaining. No, as scientist in the biology of aging, where I have spent all my academic career, we have understood that aging needs to be answered from evolution's point of view. Why evolution has allowed aging to happen? Because a newly born child from a single cell, mixture of egg and sperm, making a new cell and making a new baby, is so difficult, so complex, that it will be actually very easy to keep it alive forever. Its making part in the first 9 months is amazing. But once a baby is formed, it could be kept alive. But nature has not given us the resources to stay alive. Why? That is where the answer has to come. Why nature keeps us alive only for a certain limited number of years, and that applies to all our animals. It applies to insects, it applies to banana flu, it applies to rats, cats, dogs. Everybody who is alive has certain biological purpose of life. This is the Darwinian evolutionary theory, that as a species, a rat must grow up and produce new rats. An insect must grow up and produce new insects. Same way, Homo sapiens, which we are, we must grow up and produce new Homo sapiens. I am here because my parents produced me. They were there because their parents did it, and all the way. So the purpose of life from scientific point of view for a species is to continue the generations, to give birth to the new generation, reproduction. It may sound very trivial or even depressing that yes, my purpose of life is exactly the purpose of life of this dog, or a rat, or a cat, or a horse, or an insect. Unfortunately, scientifically, yes. Homo sapiens is the name of our species. Our species has the same purpose of life like any other biological species. The purpose of life of a human being is different. This becoming human being from Homo sapiens, that's a beautiful other story, which we will also get a chance to talk about at some stage. That what makes Homo sapiens into human beings, that's where art, culture, knowledge, religion, literature, everything comes in. And that's why we would like to believe that our purpose of life is something bigger than reproduction. Yes, we need to do that. And that's where we have to do something ourselves. But from biology point of view, you can call me the carrier of a bad news. Our purpose is the same like purpose of any other living system, which is reproduction. So that's a very important fact to understand and accept. So scientifically, according to evolutionary theory, each species needs certain time period during which it has to be born and then grow up, mature, and produce the next generation. And that time is very wide in nature, depending upon evolutionary history. Yeah, just like a little Drosophila, the banana flu, or what you call the fruit fly, sorry. The fruit fly in nature needs about 7 days to do all these things. New eggs are laid, new Drosophila comes out, grows up, lays new eggs, and dies around within 7 days or so. A rat needs about 1 year to do all this process. But when I bring this Drosophila into my laboratory to do research on aging, it can live 2 months, 3 months. In nature, it lives only about 7 days. A rat in nature lives about 1 year. But in the laboratory, it lives about 3 years because it's a highly protected condition. So something similar is happening to our bodies. We call this kind of lifespan, first of all, essential lifespan. Now, this is a scientific term being used in our area of research. Essential lifespan is the lifespan needed by a species in nature, which is needed to reproduce and assure the new generation to continue. So for Homo sapiens, what will be the essential lifespan? Yeah, for Drosophila, essential lifespan is 7 days. In the laboratory, 3 months. For rat, essential lifespan 1 year, but in the laboratory, 3 years. Again, sorry to tell you, but our essential lifespan as Homo sapiens is only about 45 years. If we live longer than our species lifespan, this essential lifespan, that is when aging starts. That's when this downhill journey starts. That's where we have to take the control in our own hands, because nature has made us only for about 45 years. It's a great achievement that most of us now we expect to live double than that. But how are we going to do it? These are some of the things we will be talking next time. See you then.